I low-key feel like Naruto's gonna have to get like a paternity test and whatnot because right now, the resemblance between Sasuke and Boruto, especially Boruto as a teen, he's like a blonde Sasuke at this point. Yeah, my boy, Naruto, man, you really going through it, ain't you? Yo, what up? We back with another video, man. Yep, the setup's a little different. You know, I got my face on camera, the whole voiceover thing. I mean, it was cool, but yeah, I wasn't really feeling it too much. Plus, with the way my schedule looking like and whatnot, I decided to do something a little different. Hopefully, y'all like it though. But yeah, we got that Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 5 review. So before we get into the review though, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we gonna get on with it, man. Boruto and Sasuke are training, and they pretty much just wrap up training like the whole time. And I mean, cool, because it's like Sasuke acknowledges that, you know, Boruto's a genius, which is fine. It's interesting now because he's like, oh, you've mastered most of my techniques and whatnot. I mean, there's nothing much I can actually tell you. And Boruto's like, nah, like, let's keep going and stuff. And Sasuke's like, nah, I ain't playing. Like, I've taught you most of my style. And it's crazy, right? Naruto and Boruto, they're father and son, but with the way Boruto sounds, he's even looking at Sasuke and he's like, so how's my Uchiha style? And I'm like, Boruto, I mean, I know Sasuke ain't your daddy and stuff and all that, but I mean, especially with the hair, like, come on, man, that hair, bro, like, I think the fact that he grew his hair out, the fact that he got a sword or something, right? I mean, he could just cut his own hair, and I mean, my man is nice. Like, I mean, my boy's dripped out or something. He looks exactly like Sasuke. Like, I cannot stop going on about this because the resemblance is actually too much. Like, it's actually crazy. So Sasuke comes to the conclusion, right, that there's a situation going on, and clearly my memories is a little backwards because you look like Naruto, you almost act like him too, and you know, you got that whole resilience thing going on and stuff. And, you know, he kind of talks about himself a little bit. Sasuke's like, oh, there's a situation that really only you and Sarada can basically deal with. And I mean, I'm like, okay. So the whole memories being overwritten and just the awareness about that, that's starting to kick in now. I'll be real with you. From what I saw from this chapter, right, I definitely think that we have maybe about 3 or 4 more chapters to the point where they realize that, you know, something ain't right. I mean, if you know, you know. So Boruto and Sasuke engage with Code and whatnot, and we see how Code loses his eye. And I mean, Code been like a dollar store villain. I mean, come on, like the buildup that he's had, he kind of almost reminds me of Orochimaru and whatnot. Like, I feel like the hype or like the buildup was there. And I mean, the potential was there, possibly. Don't slaughter me in the comments. Relax, like, but because Orochimaru in the first Naruto, this man was cold. Like, he was just smoking everybody. Like, you just thought this man was untouchable. And even after he fought, like, the third Hokage and whatnot, I was like, can't nobody fight this dude. But I feel like once he got whooped by Foretell's Naruto and by Sasuke and whatnot, almost felt like a decline of his character to the point where he just kind of got reduced to like fodder, like a backup dancer. Like, Sasuke slashes Code's eye, and I mean, Sasuke's real smart, so he already knows basically we can't beat this guy whatsoever. So Boruto, you gonna have to basically just kick it up out of here. And I mean, Boruto's like, no, master, come on, man, like, nah. Oh, I mean, he didn't say it like that, but I mean, if you read it, you read it. So Boruto basically runs and he leaves and whatnot. Sasuke basically sacrifices himself. Boruto comes back and then he takes Sasuke's sword because Boruto actually had his own sword, but I'm guessing within that exchange, the sword actually broke. So Sasuke's running towards the claw grimes and whatnot. He tells Boruto that, yo, I leave Sarada to you. And I mean, it's a wholesome moment because when you look back to the first chapter where he looks at Sarada for the first time and he's like, don't die, make sure you survive and whatnot, it almost brings it kind of full circle and whatnot because now Boruto feels responsible for the fact that Sasuke got captured. Sarada doesn't have Sasuke anymore. And, you know, that's pretty much where that's at. So the fact that Boruto in the first chapter had this cold expression and whatnot, I mean, he's definitely cold. Like, I mean, he came back and he powered up. I feel like he definitely feels like a sense of guilt just because of what happened to Sasuke as a result of basically his situation. Basically, Sasuke's in the tree, and I mean, he chilling at this point and whatnot. And I mean, Boruto takes his sword and he's kind of just standing there. He got like his hair's still long too. There's never been a clear picture, but this this one where the resemblance between him and Sasuke has just been absolute. Basically, I'm not gonna be surprised if Naruto pulls up on the Mori show, because the resemblance is just way too much. And I mean, Hinata, I don't know what you've been doing and stuff. You've been off screen for a while, and Sasuke's been away from the village. So I mean, 2 + 2's making 4 right now. So I mean, y'all gonna have to figure it out, man. Figure it out. Boruto is constantly he addresses Sasuke as Sasuke, but then he corrects himself and he's like master, because you can just tell he's just a student of the Uchiha style. I won't even be surprised if Boruto knew the Chidori. Because I mean, think about it, right? He had purple lightning. He actually has lightning nature. So him knowing the Chidori, I won't even be surprised. And I mean, he can already mix his lightning chakra. He got the flying Raijin. He basically got alternative techniques that Sasuke has, like without the Sharingan. So Moegi's been caught in the tree, right? And it turns out that everybody who's been turned into a tree actually has some sort of, I'm going to use the word doppelganger, or you know what, Jubi variant. And you can see like Konohamaru's feeling some type of way. Inoshika Cho, I mean, at least they kids and stuff. Inojin, Chocho, and Shikadai, of course, they feeling some type of way and whatnot. And I mean, I'm not really surprised. So at this point, they pretty much vowed to rescue her, and Konohamaru's like giving that sense of reassurance. But Konohamaru, man, I'm low-key kind of disappointed in him, just as a character personally. So we go to where the Jubis are, right? And we see all the variants. The one that looks like Bug, the one that looks like Sasuke, the one that also looks like Moegi, and the one that looks like Ishiki. And it turns out that they all pick targets. And it seems like because they have some sense or like a consciousness, basically we gonna pick targets. The one that looks like Bug picks Ada. And you know, Ada just been real chill. She's like, yo, I'm untouchable. Can't nobody stop me. Starbucks and Ugg boots. I mean, you know what it is. And the level of despair, she's not even in despair, but I've never seen her actually sweat. And you know, she's always spying on people with that broken eye that she has. And her and Bug are just looking at each other face to face. And he's looking at her like, yeah, I got you, son. I got you, Nick. And I'm like, oh, snap. So the spy's being spied upon. Like, hey, I didn't think I'd believe it if I didn't see it, but I saw it. The one that looks like Sasuke, right? I think his name is Jura. He's like, I'm going after Sarada. And I'm like, man, that reunion is actually going to be crazy. And I think their targets are just based on the emotional connection that they feel gravitated towards. So, I mean, there's animosity because, I mean, these guys are trying to take over the world and whatnot. The Hidden Leaf, they're going to have a bunch of smoke. Baseline in terms of strength, they're like the same level of Ishiki or Jigen. The Hokage couldn't even fight these guys. I feel sorry for Naruto because this man cannot catch a break in any capacity whatsoever. This man's already been sealed. He's been out the game for like 3 years, Boruto time. The Jubi variant that resembles Jigen is after him. I just feel like, man, like Naruto caught a fade from Jigen, Ishiki, and he lost Kurama, and Naruto was helpless and basically had to watch his son die. But either way, the targets have been set. So Hidari, right? He is already showing Sasuke type mannerisms already. Basically, he's kind of questioning more things than everybody else, which is what Sasuke was really doing in this situation. Jura at this point is just like, nah, don't even sweat that or whatever. Just pick your target and, you know, square up. Amato at this point in time really shows why he's just real smart, because even now he's at the point where he's already starting to detect the inconsistencies in his memory, and he's even come to the conclusion that his memory has actually been overwritten. He's just like, oh, I designed Kawaki in this sense and whatnot, and I left my daughter's karma data in Kawaki. So now Amato already knows that his memories have basically been overwritten, right? And I'm just like, okay, so I'm at least gonna say at least 2, maybe, okay, that's a little too soon, but maybe 3 or 4 chapters, right? Because that's like 3 or 4 months. And then I think everybody's gonna sit there and start considering, yeah, something's a little off. Sai and Shikamaru are actually listening in, and they're starting to reconsider what Sarada's actually telling them from the beginning. So Sarada's having a conversation with Amato's assistant, and it's nice now because they're both just talking about just things that had happened in the past, basically just reconciling between what has happened due to Kawaki's actions and what actually happened in reality. And Boruto comes back behind. I love the fact that he actually knows the flying Raijin. I feel like that technique is so fire, and the fact that he has it now, nah, like that's nice. Like that's actually nice. Sarada hugs him tight, and you can just tell that she's just going through it. And she definitely hugs him because she knows that he's been going through it, because he's basically just lost everything at this point. No one remembers him. He's just an outlaw now, and he just got like a 5-star bounty on his head. And it's crazy because the way she hugs him, I'm not gonna say it confirms Boruto and Sarada, but I mean Kishimoto's done this before, especially with Naruto and Sakura. I mean, Sakura was always going after Sasuke, and I mean, yeah, cool, but Boruto's back. I don't really know for how long. I feel like he's just gonna casually walk in and out the village and whatnot, because he can erase his chakra signal now. And I'm definitely excited to see where Kashi and Koji fits into the equation. I think it would mainly be Konoha versus the Jubi variants, and then Boruto would be like that third party, that unpredictable party, not morally speaking, but in the sense of just how they're gonna respond to him. And Kawaki's gonna sit there and try to manipulate things from the shadows, and Mitsuki, I mean, I feel like he kind of needs his own identity at this point in time, but yeah, that's whatever. But either way, this chapter was fire. It's been a good 6 chapters so far and whatnot. Let's get this ball rolling. But yo, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.